Welcome to Coffee with Cassandra, where I walk alongside others as we grow in faith, wisdom, and wellness. Today, I want to share the four foolproof steps to time with God. One of our main problems is when we say, I want to, but I'm inconsistent. Well, the first thing I need to do is to do a self check. We need sustainable goals. Our time should be scheduled, it should be consistent, and we should be satisfied with the end results of spending our time with God. So, when you look at your current schedule, do you have a set time? And if your answer is, I don't have one, that's a problem. What's the solution? To set one. You're more likely to fail if you're not consistent. So, when we talk about consistency, maybe your problem is, yeah, I am inconsistent. Are you consistent or are you distant from God? If it doesn't happen, don't deceive yourself into thinking that you're being consistent. Either you are or you're not. And the solution is to find a new time slot to have your Bible study with God. And then you should also be satisfied. So, what's your rating? What would you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 5? How is the quality of your current devotional time? Are you unsatisfied? Then you need a new plan. So let's stop everything else and fix what's broken so that we can get back on track to spending time with God. So the first step was to do a self check. Now that you've evaluated yourself, you need to choose a start time. And we're going to talk about being a rooster versus an owl. What are my top three and how to beat the clock? First, you need to choose a time that works for you. Are you a rooster? Are you up at the crack of dawn? Or are you a night owl and later is better for you? Do a test run. Wake up 30 minutes earlier to see if that works for you to have your quiet time with God, or carve out 30 minutes before bedtime. But just remember that if you're trying to have your quiet time in bed, you run the danger of falling asleep. Then let's talk about your top three. When you plan your day, what are the top three things you have to get done? You want to give your Bible study prime time importance. If something is important to you, you're going to give it importance. You're going to give it a special place. You're not going to say, oh, I really tried to get to work today, but no, you got there. Or, oh, yeah, I thought about eating today and I just got, no, you ate. You made time for those things. Don't make excuses for why you're not making time for God. And then beat the clock. Your problem, you have no planned time. So if you have no planned time, you have no devotions. What's the solution? Make it a non negotiable, not if I get to it, I get to it. Play beat the clock. I need to spend time with God before midnight or else. And then step three, schedule it. Now, this might sound a lot like step two, but this is taking it to the next level. You want to take your desire to spend time with God from a wish to a commitment. And you need to have a whatever it takes mentality. So let's look at this 4 alarm charm, planner power, and mirror magic, and how can they help us? Well, for example, I set 4 alarms to get up on time on Sunday morning in order to be in the right frame of mind before walking out the door. I need to be spirit led. I need to be fed. I need to have some children in line. I need to have all of my things together. So I set those alarms up in a way that they can help me reset my weekend habit, reset your habit clock so that you can be on time for what you need to be on time for. So after putting it on your mental top three, you're going to add it to your planner. Are you a planner person who writes out everything you're going to do that day on your to-do list? Great. If you don't have one, make a daily to-do list and post it somewhere that you'll see it and start looking to that to see what you need to prioritize that day. And what better place for that reminder than where you already go? Maybe your first stop is the refrigerator or the closet or the coffee pot, but a lot of us we go in the bathroom and we're looking in the mirror, and use that mirror magic to your advantage. Leave yourself a note. Meet yourself where you go the most with a memo to help you remember to have your daily quiet time with God. So you did a self check, you set a time, and you scheduled it. What are you going to do? You're going to start. Start now. Keys to starting a new habit, you have to make it sustainable. You need to have a system, and then you need to reboot as needed. So if it's not attainable, it's not sustainable. Make it sustainable. You're in it to win it. So if you're going to create a new habit, it needs to be one that you're going to be able to do. Give your best effort and make it a reachable goal. Have a system in place. You need to make time for God. Habit is persistence in practice. So be methodical in developing this spiritual discipline and don't let anything get in your way. And remember to not give up. Don't give up. Nobody's perfect. At some point, you will fail. There's going to be a day where ding, it's midnight and oops, I forgot. And you don't need to let yourself get discouraged by that. You just need to reboot your system as needed. Press that reset button, realign your goals, and restart the process. So let's review the steps to maximizing your Bible study time. Schedule a time, tap into the right resources, evaluate your setup, pick a plan, and stop everything else. Get rid of those distractions. Now that you have a time scheduled, we're going to take it up a step in our next video. So stay tuned as we dive deeper into these steps to help maximize your study time with God. Visit coffeewithcassandra.com for more resources. Like, subscribe, and comment what's working best for you. Are you a rooster or are you an owl? And go out and be like Jesus every day.